Hi students. So welcome to lecture 7. A little bit strange to be doing it this way. I think um, we'll all get more used to it as the semester goes on. Um, but welcome to lecture 7. You will know that the semester now switches to a digital semester. It's not likely that we'll be back anytime soon physically, probably only in the second semester. So we are making that digital switch. For this lecture, for lecture 7, I'm going to annotate a PowerPoint to you. So after this video, you're going to get another video from me of a PowerPoint where I'm talking over the PowerPoint and explaining certain concepts to you. But this little video, I just want to do a bit of a recap. I just want you to kind of have a bit of a reflection on what we've done thus far. So you will remember that for LMCV251 Media, Film and Society, you'll remember that we are looking at 3 different film movements or historical film movements that really did change how we perceive film, right? Remember we said as a stock standard we use that kind of American model. When you think of film, that's the typical kind of film you think about. Um, it's very clean, it's very neat, it has a resolution. Before you even start watching it, you already know what's going to happen. And we said that's all good and well, but there are different ways of doing film. There are more innovative, evocative ways of doing film, and that's precisely the 3 movements that we look at. So always remember, if you're feeling a bit lost or you're feeling a bit confused, that in essence we are looking in this module at 3 different film movements. So before the shutdown, before the strike of COVID, we managed to get through the first 6 lectures, which was really the first theme. So we looked at that first theme or the first film movement, and that was Soviet cinema. And remember, we looked particularly uh, when it comes to Soviet cinema, we didn't look at the entire breadth of Soviet cinema, but we looked specifically at the work of one director working within that historical film movement, and that was Sergei Eisenstein. And remember we said Sergei Eisenstein of the Soviets, their big contribution to cinema is in terms of technical form, in terms of editing, right? And that was then also your first assignment. If you go back to your lecture slides, you'll see uh, that number 6, lecture 6, has your assignment in it, and it relates to Soviet cinema. So that's done and dusted, that's finished. Um, the rest of the digital series will be looking at the second and third film movements we were meant to do. The second film movement being Italian neorealism, and the third movement being film noir. Right, so before we get there, before I take you to the PowerPoint, let me talk quickly about the assignment, your very first assignment that was due way back. Obviously that falls through. This is very, very important. You now know that that first assignment on Soviet cinema, you have to submit it digitally, right? So you're going to email it to me. And the submission day is open, right? So the submission date becomes open. If you can submit it anytime in April, even early May, it's absolutely acceptable, right? So April, early May, try to aim for the first week. That's when you will be submitting that very first assignment. Right, so it's going to be difficult, it's going to be a little bit weird. None of us have ever taught this way. You guys are not used to receiving information this way. Digital might be great, but it can't quite capture what we do in class and the engagement that we have, but we're going to try our best. Right, so onto the PowerPoint.